The Washington Huskies defeated the Eastern Michigan Eagles 30-9 at Husky Stadium today. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick reaction to the game and the Huskies going 2-0 on the season in a season of what I've been calling retooling, not rebuilding. And I know they both sound bad, retooling and rebuilding, but the fact of the matter is the team is not in a full rebuild mode. I think they're in a mode where they're going to be challenging for major accolades this season. And in week 2 of a college football season, kind of showed that again. So let's start off with the Huskies beating the Eastern Michigan Eagles 30-9 at Husky Stadium in a game where, frankly, I would say the first quarter and a half was a little bit of a concern for the Huskies. We kind of moved slow. The offense wasn't really humming. We had to make a couple of really big stops against against the Eagles to keep them out of the end zone, especially that first drive of the game where we literally had to just do everything we could just to keep them out of the end zone. But we did at the end of the day. That's what matters. Like, we were able to hold them away from the end zone and not get any points. So let's start off with that first point of the game I wanted to make was the defense. The defense has now played back-to-back games here to begin the college football season without giving up a single touchdown. And I don't care who you're playing. I know it's Eastern Michigan and Weber State. We're not playing Ohio State and Michigan here, but it's still a achievement, right? Holding a team out of the end zone, even when you're up, 30-9 and you want to give up just a cheap touchdown at the end of a game. That happens to so many different teams. And this hasn't happened in back-to-back games against Weber State and um, Eastern Michigan. Now, I don't expect that to happen next week against Wazoo in the Apple Cup at Lumen Field because we haven't seen what Wazoo is going to do against Texas Tech tonight where they play. But we saw them put up 70 points in their first week. So their offense is going to find a way to score against the Huskies. We just got to score more than them in our hated rivalry game. I will not be able to do a live show after that, by the way. I'll announce why later, but I'll be doing live shows after most games this season, or not live shows, like right after the game reactions. So despite starting off slow, the Huskies started kicking it off in the second quarter, and that was with 3 straight touchdown drives. And that's huge, right? Having those 3 straight touchdown drives. In despite all that, they felt like they were in taking control of the game since the opening whistle. Quarterback Will Rogers shined. He had 4 touchdown passes. But despite that, second straight week in a row, I would say the biggest player to shine was Jonah Coleman. Jonah Coleman, again, just looks like an absolute stud. 11 carries for 104 yards. That's 9.5 a carry. And his long was 64 yards. The dude's a beast. I mean, you have a guy coming in, change of pace, in Cameron Davis for 6 for 42. We're going to be able to run the ball against anyone in college football. Before I get to the wide receivers, I do want to talk about the backup quarterback for a moment in Desmond Williams. Jr. He came in, looked good and impressive again. There is so much to be excited about Desmond Williams Jr. He will be, in my opinion, the starting quarterback next season for the Huskies, and I think he's going to be a long-term starter for the Huskies. I'm talking about playing as a sophomore, junior, and senior as a starting quarterback. The guy can play. The dude can ball. 3 for 3, 55 yards, no touchdowns, but he also added 2 rushes for 30 yards. The guy is fantastic. Seems like a guy who's going to really come in and shine. Adam Muhammad, also another freshman, came in, had a couple nice runs along a 14. So the future of the program also looks really bright. So there's so many things to be really excited about with the Washington Huskies. Back now to the receivers. Giles Jackson and Jeremiah Hunter really led the way. Giles had 6 catches for 66 yards, and the highlight of the day where he leapfrogged a Eastern Michigan defender, and it just looked sick. And I have to even get on my phone and record it because it was so cool. And then Jeremiah Hunter, hands were good. scored a touchdown. But I want to talk about Denzel Boston for a second, who only had 3 catches for 32 yards, but 2 of them went for touchdowns. And I know Jed Fish has been very adamant that he wants to really get him involved in the game as much as possible and get him a lot of receptions and a lot of targets. Maybe in a game like this, he didn't really have to. His long was only 18 yards, but he had 2 touchdown catches. So I think that through the season, we're going to see him getting a lot more catches, a lot more targets, being a bigger vocal point in the offense. But it's okay. This happened for a game. The 3 catches to me are not that concerning in a blowout. Last but not least, we didn't cover the spread. Kind of sucks. Love, for those who love the Vegas aspect of the game, I love when the team covers the spread. It just feels good. The spread was 24.5. The Huskies won by 21 points, but a win is a win. We are in a very good position here. I think I would not be shocked if we entered the top 25 on the AP poll after this week. The coaches poll were already 25th, still haven't given up a touchdown. If we can beat the Cougars, we can I really, really believe we can go into that Michigan game at Husky Stadium October 5th at 5-0 and being ranked in the top 15 in the country. And Michigan has not looked good. I don't want to look too far ahead here because it's really early, but that's just how I feel. Feel like we could really make some noise. But we got to take care of businesses against the Cougars. I think a lot of Huskies' eyes are going to be on that Cougars Texas Tech game tonight. See what they look like. See how legit the Cougars are. And next week, an early Apple Cup. Feels so weird to have the Apple Cup in September. It feels wrong. It feels anti-religious. It feels anti-football. It feels everything I don't like that's been happening with college football is on display with us having to play playing the Cougars in the Apple Cup in September at Lumen Field. We're gotten rid of some really historic rivals. But I guess the Big Ten is going to be fun, and I know it's really good for the university in general. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. My name is George ONTAP, part of Seattle ONTAP. Make sure you like and subscribe wherever you're watching, and we'll see you guys next time. And tomorrow, enjoy the Seahawks, guys. Football is back, and make sure you like and subscribe really and turn on notifications because we do a lot of Huskies content as well. And we'll see you guys next time.